おい、そこの貴様。俺たちが見えているか?
Hey, you, can you see us? I can, actually. That's the point of the thing. Hey there, guys! My name is Nix, and welcome back to Steins Gate! Last time, the redhead girl died. Kurisu, that was her name. I was trying to remember it, and then it just came to me. Anyway, well, some other stuff happened as well. Time travel's weird. Anyway, yeah. I should say before I start, initial feedback, real fucking good. Honestly, I was kind of surprised that the first part got as many views as it did, but you know what? If this game's as great as people say it is, then I fully understand it. Anyway, enough of that, let's just move on. Hey, you, can you see us? Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question. Yes, you on the other side of the monitor. Wait, is this game self-aware? Is that what this is? Is this Danganronpa V3 again? Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I suppose that, from your perspective, it appears that we are the ones inside the monitor. But that's where you're wrong! I asked about the voice acting as well before I move on. You told me to leave it on for the time being, which, I will do for, as I say, for the time being, if only because it helps me form an idea of what these people should sound like when I do them. For it is you who are inside. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that includes you too. True reality is on this side of the screen. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But no matter. I shall speak in simpler terms, easy enough for even you to understand. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory. I can't even pronounce laboratory. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in Akihabara district of Tokyo. We call it simply the lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos. Really? You shouldn't do bad things, Okarin. Quiet. I'm a mad scientist, remember? From the station, head down to Chudori until you reach Oh, Jesus Christ, you're really pushing me, aren't you? Head down to Chudori until you reach Suehiroko Station. Then take a left onto Kuramayabashi Dori. Kuramayabashi Dori. I think I nailed it. In the alley before the traffic light, you'll find a run-down Oyama building. The lab is on the second floor. On the first floor, you'll find a store of ill repute called the Brawn Tube. Brawn. On the first floor is a store of ill repute called the Brawn Tube Workshop. You can't miss it. It deals exclusively in CRT monitors, of all things. Can you imagine? Even in the heart of Akihabara's electric town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. CRTs as in, like, the TVs that play VHS tapes, right? I think that's what he means when he says CRT TVs. Like, the really old ones. The ones that were squares as opposed to the more rectangular TVs we have now. But the proprietor of the Brawn Tube Workshop, Temioji? Oh god. But the proprietor of the Brawn Tube Workshop, Temioji, is also the owner of the building. That is how he can afford to maintain his ridiculously niche hobby, even as land value continues to rise. I never know whether I should be talking over the voice acting or not, but I'm gonna keep doing it unless y'all prefer me not to. He may seem a rough sort, but he was no match for my charisma. Now the entire second floor is mine for next to nothing. I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. We welcome dedicated scientists for all fields to apply. At present, our researchers are... Okarin! You gotta say lab mems, not researchers! Our lab mems. Laboratory members are 3. I am the founder of the Future Gadget Lab, Lab Mem number 1, the insane mad scientist, Hyoin Kyoma. Okarin is cuter though. Next, we have our resident cosplayer and the only female member, Lab Mem number 2, Shina Mayuri. I'm sorry, the tutoru caught me off guard, and I don't know why. Call me Mayushi. I like making costumes more than wearing them. And last, we have our resident super hacker, lab member number 3, Hashida Itaru. Itaru. Stop calling me that. Stop calling me that. It's super hacker, duh. Here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. For details, see our lab's homepage. Is he just like making an ad? Is that what we're doing? Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for the war with the Dark Dominion. But that research has spawned a number of offshoot inventions. In fact, that's all it spawned. Our arsenal of future gadgets is up to 8, but this is just the beginning. I have a total of 108 inventions to create. Like in that tennis manga, right? I get it. I was gonna say my A button didn't work. No! It is the number of the earthly desires immortals, you @channel junkie! And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking! Yeah, wouldn't want to interrupt you talking to yourself. I'm not talking to myself, can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor! Ah, he just grinned! What are you grinning about, damn you? You don't even exist outside that monitor. Just say, don't look at me. I don't think that's gonna work. It appears our attempts to communicate have failed. It's sad to see someone so deeply in denial of reality. Maybe they think we're in the game. Sometimes my A button doesn't want to work on this controller, but I don't know. I doubt it's even occurred to them. But aren't your 2D girlfriends the same way? That's different. Those girls are my wives. Oh god, he's one of those people. And by those people, I mean one of us. Nobody cares about your harem. But Mayushi touched up on a very interesting theme, you know? What if we're actually just characters in a game? Any way we can know for sure? No. Come on. Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent thinking of the ways to destroy the system. Nice Chunibyo, bro. Damn, this place is, messy, for lack of a better term, isn't it? I step back from the monitor. Why, though? Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to the Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. Japan is weird. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I find only the ugly part of ugly cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. They're like £5, I think. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare.
黙れスーパー
Shut it, hacker. I'm no Chunibyo patient. I sweep my hair back and flash a devilish grin.
おー
I am Hyoin Kyoma!
そういう設定
That's your character's name, right?
やるやる
Oh, Daru.
誰の人との
Your communication skills are beyond repair.
だっても治らないな
Daru just like a large man, or...
アニメのオフ会じゃ
Ah, you know, I have a ton of offline meets. And I'm always the life of the party. This fat bespectacled guy is my brother-in-arms and right-hand man, Hashira Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer, playing games and watching anime. He has 2D wives on whom he chats with 3D maids. Oh wait, on whom he cheats with 3D maids. Wait, there were 3D maids? You know, I'm not gonna question it. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. Oh, Travis. Never change. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. Ow! The needle bit my finger! It's not how needles work, Mayuri. Over here, nearing a pricked finger, we have Sheena Mayuri, a 16-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku, nowhere near Daru's level, though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Why does the Future Gadget Laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. I was gonna say, why is for women in brackets? The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the Future Gadget Laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring, and she said to me, Mayushi is Okarin's hostage! I belong here! Stockholm Syndrome? Well, that certainly was cryptic. But her offer was my salvation. But she was the first to join me in my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. You know, I'd say it was cute, but
アルパカマンは反応したの
So, did Alpaca Man say anything?
いや
Nope, nothing. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive, you'd think the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game.
この不愛想
Damn antisocial alpaca! I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do... TV makes a sound like it's shorted, and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. Whack it again. Nothing. Guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV's on lease from the Brawn Tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. You made Mr. Alpaca angry! Damn! I'll have to get it repaired later.
聞きに行かなければ
Slowly slipping into a Sigma voice, but I probably shouldn't for this guy. I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at a can't even read that word. Conscripius? I don't even know how to I've sat looking at this word. Hold on. I'm gonna ask Google because I don't fucking know. Conspicuous. That's how you pronounce it. I just remembered in my head. I didn't even get to Google. I stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. I close my eyes. What naturally comes to mind is the impossible scene I saw an hour ago.
消えた
They were gone. As I left Radicon, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the street. People in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. It all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly an empty city spread before me. I could hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, and I only felt a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until... What's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there looking at me with questioning eyes. Everyone disappeared just now, right? Huh? You saw it too, right? Just now, before our very eyes. Panic took hold of the enormity of what just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders and shook her. Did you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? This voice acting. On point. Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking. I didn't see anything. You didn't? I stopped shaking her and looked back straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes as clear as glass marbles. You saw nothing. Nothing at all. There were people here a second ago, weren't there? There were? Even the store employees are gone. That's impossible by any measure. Of course they are. Her reply didn't make any sense. It was like when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you? I'm sure it's because of the heat. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radicon, where I had been just a moment before. There it was. An enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded into the roof of the building where, not 5 minutes before, I'd found Makase Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makase Kurisu might still be in the dark, narrow passageway. Cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was... what the hell is that satellite doing there? Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building had shook like a bomb had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it someone had placed a satellite-like machine shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. But that's not where I was seeing now. The satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere, somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was... when did that happen? Mayuri. About the satellite. Yep. What a surprise, huh? What do you mean? What was a surprise? It made a huge kaplow sound! A huge kaplow? It certainly did make a sound. But I don't think it was kaplow. I'd say it was more like a zzz. Did the satellite fall out of the sky? Did it? Do you think aliens were on board? Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? Hey, you two! Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern. What do you think you're doing here? This area is off limits. You have to leave. We're sorry. First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. I have one question. Officer A? Thousands of people just vanished. You saw it too, didn't you? What are you talking about? Get out of here! I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Makise Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance, but before I could... Look, I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me by the upper arm and said, no one got stabbed at Radicon. What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. We were escorted up to UPX and released. There were people at UPX, like usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. It was like Officer A had said, Chudori had been blockaded by police so no one could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I checked online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radicon. All the major stations in Tokyo, even Tio TV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chodori is closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba's streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? I see. So that's it! From the sofa I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri turn and stare. This is all an elaborate cover-up by the organization! Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government may already be under their control. My God! But they underestimated me, for I am not so easily played. One day I will expose their deeds and put an end to their reign! Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory... I'm having a stroke. Please help. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda from the fridge. I don't like Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna bring that up right now. I don't know, as I had tried it as a child and was not keen on it. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice-cold drinks are essential. Elixir Intellectualis? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Elixir Intellectualis. A drink fit for a genius. Yep. I agree with Daru. Cola's better. Okami really loves his Dr. P. I pity the man who not the greatness of this beverage. No, but Daru's right. Step through the curtain dividing its center, you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory, the development room. I like this music. It's nice and, like, I'm gonna say uplifting. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it's strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap, but I would rather have an airlock than a curtain. but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poked Daru and bid him to follow me into the development room. Jesus Christ, it's a fucking mess in here, Okarim. All the windows here are weather stripped and with packing tape, so it's dim. And hot, almost like a sauna. Someone is also a man of choice with their 7-Up right there, and I can get behind that one as well. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped in the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money I might add, just sits on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be. Daru, is the plan progressing smoothly? Oh shit, I've just pulled my headphone cable out. One moment. Okay, there we go. Sound is back on the menu. Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on the top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models. The plan. As in the plan. Obviously, I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8. Oh, that. How was I supposed to know what you meant? We've known each other for, what, 3 years now? We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like 2 prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though. We were in different classes junior year, and actually we didn't talk that all. So, 2 years. Details. The point is we've known each other for a long time. I expect you to keep up with me here. N-O-P-E. Awkward silence. Man, all I want to do is have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shut down again. So, are we any close to figuring out what's wrong with gadget number 8? Not yet. So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the laboratory's prime goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of the sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we've managed to create some ingenious futurish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It's a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, the Bit Particle Gun. Gadget number 2, the Bamboo Helicam. Gadget number 3, could this be Aura Aura? Can I, look at the details on that one? Where do I look at my tips? Address book. I don't... Settings? Oh, cool. I can do typical phone things with this. I don't know where I look at my tips. Gadget number 4. Moad Shake. I'm gonna assume that's pronounced Moad and not Mode. Gadget number 5. Once again, I've weighed a worthless object by Goemon. Gadget number 6. The Syalume Saber. Gadget number 7. Ghost in the Ball. I'm pretty sure that one's a rip-off of Ghost in the Shell, but whatever. It can all be seen on the website Daru made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist's genius. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the Foam Wave, name subject to change. Foam Wave is a pretty weak name, so I've decided to add name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. When a future gadget is completed, the three of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology or names with hidden meanings that need extra explanation to understand. Daru thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't just fit in her head. And so our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. The phone wave, name subject to change, is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food in the microwave before you leave, and then on your way back, you call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. Voila! Hot food ready for your arrival. You know what? In hindsight, doesn't sound like a bad idea. So it's basically a piece of junk. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, has a second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri had made it a daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken #1 as usual when the unexpected happened. Chicken came out more frozen than when she put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. How the fuck did you do that one? Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause. We tried copying what Mayushi did, but we can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. And when we tried to freeze a banana, it turned really weird. I just don't get it. Daru, now looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again. Mayuri! Mayuri! Bring forth the bananas!
Did you gotta turn him into Gelbanas again?
That's been bugging me, Mayushi. Can you stop calling them Gelbanas?
But Gelbanas are Gelbanas!
I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch in the foam wave, name subject to change.
Why do you have to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food.
Your stinginess could cost us the battle with the organization.
That's fine with me. Mayushi always buys the bananas. Now Mayushi can't eat a single one.
Next time, we'll only do one banana. But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. The phone wave, name subject to change, is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. Good old duct tape. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the phone wave. Now, where did I put my phone? I checked my pants and coat pockets. It's literally right here, Okarin. I don't know what you're on about. Now, where did I put my phone? Oh, do I actually have to do this? Address book. Phone wave. I'm connected.
Hello. This is the phone wave. Name subject to change.
This is the voice of Mayushi Guidance, the system Daru programmed to operate the phone wave.
Do you hear Mayushi's voice?
Be quiet, I'm trying to listen.
You can operate the timer from this menu. After pushing the hashtag button, please enter the heating time in seconds. For example, press hashtag 60 for 1 minute. For 2 minutes, press hashtag 120.
Entering the command will probably cause the phone wave, name subject to change, to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're deliberately going to mess up and enter 120 hashtag. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayushi's part, but somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave, named to change, comes to life. The turntable begins to rotate. Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards. Backwards? I never noticed that. That might have a serious implication if we look at the quantum critical behavior driven by Hun's rule. Yeah, no. Not Hun's rule? No. Okay, okay. The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes. Mayuri takes the bananas out.
Gelbanas are ready!
The bananas have become not bananas. Gelatinous blobs covered with a thin membrane. This music is creepy as fuck and I don't know why. After Mayuri discovered the foam wave, name subject to change to the freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It just gets more confusing each time. Daru. You wouldn't mind eating one of these, would you? No, of course you wouldn't. It's for science! Your sacrifice will forever be remembered. They look real nasty. The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru. No need to be shy. Break a leg or its stomach and go for it. No way. Fine. Mayuri, the honor shall be yours.
But Gelbanas are all goopy, droopy, soft, and squishy.
Wait, she already tried one?
It has no flavor and wasn't tasty at all.
Gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Daru, what do you think? Soft and squishy bananas, huh? Soft and squishy banana. I know what that nosebleed means, and it ain't good. Mayushi, say your banana's all soft and squishy for me.
Daru-kun, your nose is bleeding.
Please just say it.
Your banana's all soft and...
Don't make her say that, you perv! Daru retreats after I hit him with a tissue box. Mayuri looks back at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Anyway, they're gelatinous and a semi-solid state of matter. In other words, there's a possibility that the intermolecular bonds were weakened. What could have partially liquefied the bananas? The microwaves? I've got it! I turn to the whiteboard and write freezing in the middle, and then I cross it out and slap the board with my hand. What we thought was a freezing function is actually something else! A bold statement if I do say so myself. So why isn't anyone surprised? Now's the time to shout, "What, you say? Come on, don't be shy!" Their reactions are pathetically weak. Mayuri probably doesn't even stand half of what I just said. We already knew that. Oh. The problem is that we don't know what's going on or why it's doing it.
If it's the opposite of freezing, then couldn't it be thawing them?
What a silly question, Mayuri. What you're describing is just a normal microwave.
Then what is it?
We don't know, and that's the problem. He's right. To be honest, I don't have a clue. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru and I to head to Daibiru? I'm gonna pronounce it Daibiru because the I's have to be pronounced the same way in Japanese language. It's going to be a seminar at ADF, and we have to be there. It's part of our studies at Tokyo Denki University. Summer credits, basically. Oh, hello. I've got mail. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Mayuri. Oh, memories of another.
You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Upa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Garo Froggy.
I can reply. I feel your pain. That thing was worth a fortune. Our precious research funds. Oars. That's the one from last year, right? I thought you weren't interested. I'm gonna go with that one, I think. Hey! I'm getting achievements left, right, and fucking center. But I see that... Oh, this is the weird one where I got the video, I think. So I can, like, reply to texts I get, but if I can choose to reply on, like, specific things. And that's probably where the game makes me make choices. I've already doomed this timeline, haven't I? Did I read this? Oh no, I think I did. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down.
Behind me is the large unidentified object that crashed into a building near Akihabara Station. The building is in the police barricade. No one is allowed to approach from a distance, and the object... From a distance, the object appears to be some kind of satellite.
As we cross the overpass that connects UBX and Daibiru. I still don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but I'm gonna go with it. Daibiru. I look down and see a huge crowd of people moving through the plaza. There are some garishly dressed young men and women, the sort you don't usually see around Akiba. Everyone's walking towards the main street, which is still cordoned off. Daru. You are going to check out Radakan? No point. Can't get close. Been following the news online though. There's already 100 threads on our ad channel. It's huge, man. Oh, so that's why he was staring at his phone earlier. I thought he was looking at his hentai again. We enter Daibiru and take the elevator to the 5th floor ATF assembly hall. Man, feel that AC. I'm alive! Oh no, wait, that's Daru. Man, feel that AC. I'm alive! Unlike the lab, Daibiru has air conditioning. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in this seminar. About the phone wave, name subject to change. I might have found our answer. You know, that name subject to change thing is really annoying. I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab members use name subject to change, I will use it and I will carry on until the day we decide its true name. Now's not the time. So what's your latest ridiculous theory? What do you mean ridiculous? My genius brain considers every possibility. Even those lesser mind would say break the laws of nature. Don't you dare call that ridiculous! So basically, you're pulling stuff out of your ass. You can't call that science. Daru, I have a hunch that the phone wave, name subject to change, may be the key to opening Steins Gate. How's that? Steins what? You lost me back at ridiculous, man. A chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we step out of the elevator... I bump into someone. I quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling. I'm sorry. What? Hello again? You're not dead. You know what? I'm not going to question it. It's a girl. And I recognize her. You... Impossible. Chills run down my spine. My voice breaks in the meantime. I stare at her in disbelief. I saw this girl just 3 hours ago. And she was very, very dead. Makase Kurisu!
Is there something wrong?
Kurisu frowns and tries to back away. but I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens. This is getting a bit fucking weird.
Ow!
You should be dead! What are you doing here? And you're even... There isn't a single bloodstain on her clothes, and they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. And as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured. Not a scratch.
Hey! That hurts. Let me go!
Kurisu pushes me away as she shoots me a wary glare. I realize that I'm gaping in disbelief.
What's wrong with you?
You're okay. That's impossible. Someone stabbed you. I saw you lying in a pool of blood. That again. Daru interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what he just said. What do you mean again? I mean, you sent me that email like a week ago, right? I sent you an email? Don't be ridiculous. I saw her dead just 3 hours ago.
Hey, could you not talk about me like that? I'm perfectly fine.
You know, that message was kind of weird. It was dated a week ago, week after I got it, which means it came from the future. Sorry, I need to process that. It was dated a week after I got it, which means it came from the future. I sent a text back in time to like a week ago.
It came from the future?
That sounds like something you read on the internet, Daru. It's rare for you to talk about ridiculous theories. No, the date was definitely a week later. It came from, the 28th. Wait, that's today. Daru pulls out his phone out and shows it to me. He's right, the email was sent from my phone. He received it on the 21st, July 21st at 12:56. But it was sent on July 28th at 12:54. It was split into 3 mails. Someone stab, Bed Makase K, Urisu don't. Why did I send such a short message in 3 parts? And it looks like the 3rd email got cut off. I do recognize the content though. This is the email I sent you 3 hours ago! But I sent 1 email, not 3. There should be more text. Did Daru really get this a week ago?
Interesting.
Suddenly, Kurisu is standing next to me, peering intently at the screen on Daru's phone. Oh, right. The email's not important. Well, maybe it is, but not right now. The real question is why she's still alive. Is she an illusion? No, an evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I am a mad scientist! I timidly reach out to Kurisu's face. My fingertips stroke her hair. This is a bit fucking weird, I'm not gonna lie. Feels silky. Quite the cuticles. Substance. Ship substance. Of course she's not a ghost. How silly of me. Oh, Corinne. I don't think that's a good idea. I poke Kurisu's cheeks with my fingers. Such softness. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one.
Hey!
Wait a minute. We already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. And I still doubted that she had substance. That's just proof of how confused I am. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radicon? What was the scream I heard? Were they hallucinations? It's like the mass disappearance? That's right, she was stabbed. But maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grabbed the hem of her blouse and slowly lift.
Are you trying to get yourself arrested?
俺は
I just want to know the truth.
真実を知りたいだ
I
け
stare straight back at Kurisu as she trembles with anger. And I lift her blouse a little. Does Okarin not have any bounds? I start to feel like he doesn't.
What truth, you perv? You stupid? You wanna die?
She pushes my hand away.
ルイスちゃんの名台詞来たこれ
Louise Chan's famous line for the win. Daru shouts something silly, but I ignore him and press Kurisu.
俺は確か
I know what I saw.
No way. You really just see my under...
Kurisu's face turns bright red. She firmly pulls her blouse down.
この手の目が
No, you fool! Not that! Earlier this afternoon at Dr. Nakabashi's presentation, someone killed Makase Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explain everything that I saw.
Wait, Dr. Nakabachi?
What are you talking about, Okarin? Dr.
Dr.
Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled. Cancelled? Yeah, because of the satellite crash. Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the Master's appearance. Mayuri's story didn't match mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
Excuse me,
But my name is Hyoin Kyoma!
違うよ
Really, man?
全然違うよ
You're hopeless.
Okay, Hyoin-san. I'd like to hear your story in more detail.
Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. But I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation. Just then, an older man steps out of the assembly hall. Makise-san, it's almost time.
Huh? Oh, right. Thank you.
Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room.
オカリン
We should go
とりあえず僕らも
too.
行こうぜ
Go where?
講義を
To hear the
聞いただ
lecture,
ろ
duh. Ah, that. Daru follows after Kurisu. Did she come here to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius Makase Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this? Okay, my guess was a bit off. The girl genius didn't come to attend the lecture.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming to hear me speak today.
She's the one giving the lecture? Japan's famous girl genius, Makase Kurisu, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. I first heard about her when Daru pointed her out in the Gossip magazine article. That's when he told me that she was going to guest at ATF. I'd forgotten all about it.
It's my first time giving a lecture like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little nervous.
The audience is pretty mixed. They sound fucking ecstatic, though. It's mostly students like us, but there are also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? Gee, I fucking wonder! When I return her stare, she quickly averts her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever. Still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl act, but I learned at Radicon how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her character is still correct.
For today's lecture, I've been asked to speak on the subject of time travel. It's not really my area of expertise, but I'll try my best.
Time travel? Ho 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 ho.
Let me start by saying that time travel is an absurd concept.
Thank you! Thank you, someone else that finally fucking agrees with me.
意義あ
Objection! Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, was startled by my interruption. Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to some genius girl's drivel. It's presumptuous for you to acclaim that time travel is absurd.
オカリン
Oh, Karin,
無茶し
you're
や
a
がって
magnificent fool. Sitting at my side, Daro throws me a small salute. ATF staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away.
Okay. It's fine, I guess. I'll be easier to talk in a discussion format.
Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed, but let's not mind that.
But before that, please listen to my thoughts on the subject. Scientists have proposed that many theoretical models of time travel, but there are 11 in particular that bear mentioning.
What are the major theories of time travel? I've heard about the cosmetic string theory, at least. The cosmic string theory, I should say. The 11 theories.
Neutron star theory, black hole theory, light speed theory, tachyon theory, wormhole theory, exotic matter theory, cosmic string theory, quantum gravity theory, cesium laser theory, elementary particle ring and laser theory, and Dirac.
I did so well with all the others, and I don't know how to pronounce Dirac properly.
Dirac antiparticle theory.
Not bad. Perhaps Makise Kurisu is a worthy rival after all.
However, all these models are purely theoretical. Some of them may even contradict each other.
Well, what if someone comes up with a 12th model?
Right. Well, it could be contradicted by the 13th model now, couldn't it?
Damn, she twisted my question and used it against me. Touché, genius girl. Everyone else is suddenly sick of my shit. Suddenly I feel eyes gaze on me. Some puffed up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. I don't want to risk losing my credits. I should back off for now.
By the way, time travel to the future is available to us right now according to Einstein's special theory of relativity. For example, let's say someone were to go to Haneda Airport and board a plane headed to Okinawa. Upon their arrival, that person will be about 100 millionth of a second farther into the future than I am.
What does that mean?
According to the special theory of relativity, time moves slower for objects that approach the speed of light. For example, if you could run at anywhere near the speed of light, you could reach a point where time only moves half as fast for you. If you were to keep running at that speed for 24 hours, 48 hours would elapse in the rest of the world, meaning you would jump one day into the future. Understand, Hyoin Kyoma?
Why are you singling me out? I'm doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Makise Kurisu wants to pick a fight. I wish that she hadn't mentioned my name in front of so many people. It's too great a risk to let others know my true name. But that's not really time travel, is it? Now, a professor calmly makes an objection. True, Makise Kurisu example isn't strictly time travel, per se. But I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. Maybe he's just testing the genius girl's resilience.
Yes, you're right.
The genius girl readily concedes the point. If she were a normal 18-year-old, it would be impossible for her to be this calm in front of all these people. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such a distinguished-looking professor. And yet, Makise Kurisu is giving off an aura of gutsiness that says, I can take this guy on. And what about going to the past?
Going to the past is possible right now. Take a look at the sky. You can see the light from tens of thousands of years ago, can't you? That's not time travel either.
This time it's a nearby student who objects.
Well, I was just getting started.
Was it just me or did Kurisu look a little nervous just now?
Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people through time. What would we need? The best candidates for this are cosmic strings and wormholes. A cosmic string is made of string-shaped crevice with extreme mass. A cosmic string is a string-shaped crevice with extreme mass.
A string-shaped crevice? Must be how they enter our universe. But do cosmic strings really exist?
The crevice is about as wide as an elementary particle, and at least as long as the diameter of the galaxy. It has immense mass, so it distorts space-time. If you were to travel through that distortion, you can make a full circle around the string in less than 360 degrees. In short, you could do something resembling a warp. This is called a space-time angular deficit. When you pass through an area of an angular deficit, its transit time becomes 0. Now we apply this to a cosmetic string moving near its light speed. According to the spatial theory of relativity, time will flow slower for the cosmic string in relation to the surroundings. Therefore, passing through the area of an angular deficit will cause the transit time to become negative instead of 0. In other words, you will arrive at the past after transit. If you use 2 cosmic strings, you can do a space deficit jump. If you loop back to your original location, you can return to the same time you started revolving. And that, roughly speaking, is time travel by means of cosmic strings. By the way, just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as superstrings. Now then, you'll need 3 things in order to travel to the past with cosmic strings. First, the cosmic strings themselves. 2 strings to be exact. By the way, they are hypothesized to exist only where the universe was first formed, so they might be a little hard to find. Second, you would need energy required to make them move at near light speed. How much energy do you think you need to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way near the speed of light? I'm pretty sure it's a little more than 1.21 gigawatts.
That's a nice little stab at Back to the Future there. This earns a few chuckles from the audience.
Third, you need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and returning. With the time traveler alive, of course. What do you think, Hyo-in-san? Care to take on the challenge of cosmic string time travel?
Like that's even possible? Why the hell is she addressing me? I wasn't even the one who jeered this time.
Looks like Hyo-in-san doesn't want to take the challenge. In that case, let's consider wormholes. This may be a little more realistic than cosmic strings. By the way, Hyo-in-san, do you know what wormholes are?
No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Since I've been challenged, though, I can't leave the question unanswered. It's like a shortcut through space, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Phew, I got it right. I sigh inwardly in relief.
There are 2 wormholes joined by a tunnel. No matter how far the wormholes are, transit time through the tunnel is 0. But, oh no, there's a problem. The wormhole tunnel suffers from supergravity and collapses as soon as it opens. So we need something to negate the effect of gravity. So-called exotic matter, a substance with negative mass which repulses other matter.
Negative mass, huh? Is that something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Maybe not. Can't even begin to imagine what it would be like. Kurisu raises her right fist.
Say that the wormhole tunnel has been squished by an invisible fist. In other words, to pass through, you need something that could oppose my fist's grasping force so I can't squish anymore.
Kurisu opens her fist.
If you stabilize the tunnel with exotic matter injection, instantaneous travel between wormholes could be possible. To travel through time, however, takes a little more effort. For example, let's say the wormhole's entrance here in Akihabara and the exit is in Los Angeles. First, we send the wormhole LA all the way to the end of the universe and near the speed of light. Once it's there, we yank it back to LA.
How?
According to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for objects moving at the speed of light, meaning the hole that returned to LA would be further in the past than the Akihabara hole. So now, if Hyo-in-san jumped into the wormhole, he'd arrive in LA several years before he left. However, this still can't be called true time travel. It only seems this way. This is what's called the Urashima effect. The important part is to return to Akihabara from LA through a wormhole once more. Since transit time is 0, Hyo-in-san will return to Akihabara several years in the past. Time travel complete. The prerequisites for wormhole travel are simpler than the ones for cosmic string travel. First, the wormhole itself. There may exist somewhere in the universe, but nobody's ever seen one. Second, energy required to move a wormhole to the end of the universe and back at near light speed. Third, exotic matter, which, by the way, is not even being confirmed to exist.
So, implementation of either would require a ridiculous amount of effort.
Now, do you see what I mean when I said that time travel is an absurd concept? Time travel theories are all just thought experiments. Not one of them can create a viable time machine. That is my answer. Is there anything simpler? Like something you could pull out of a drawer and just use or something? I'm afraid not.
A firm declaration.
This is the limit of modern physics. I can't say how it might change in 10 years, though. Besides, even if someone did overcome the logistical requirements, there may be other factors that prevent time travel from working. And that's because fundamental problems concerning the principle of causality have not been solved.
You mean time paradoxes and conservation of mass? The mass of the universe is constant. If a time machine traveled from the future to the past, there would suddenly be extra mass in the time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. It didn't say what kind of danger, though.
If you think conservation of mass applies to macrosystems like the universe or microsystems like atoms in elementary particles, you're mistaken.
What? Is that true? She's laughing at my reaction. That little... Ugh, how mortifying.
Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It doesn't hold in modern physics at all. Something can come from nothing.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Then what is the problem?
The time paradox of time paradoxes. In other words, the grandfather paradox.
No, the thing where you kill your own ancestors before you were born.
As long as this paradox goes unsolved, time travel can never be realized. Never. What if you don't just kill them? You can't think of it like a sci-fi movie. It's not just about your family tree. There are far greater dangers than that.
Really? Doesn't seem that dangerous.
Any paradox, no matter how small, would cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence. Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not. Nothing that has even 0.0000001% chance of causing a paradox can happen. The universe won't allow it. Wouldn't you say this is the logical conclusion? There may be loopholes like parallel worlds or the self-consistency theory, principle, but those seem too much like fantasy for me to accept.
I grind my teeth. When I see Makase Kurisu looking at me with a composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede. Makase Kurisu truly is a genius. I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. After the two time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture. So impressive that you wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old's first time. She did well to respond to my moleculous questions with sarcasm. She's got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Makase Kurisu dead. Yet she's alive. My memories don't mesh with reality. And not just about Kurisu. My conversations with Daru and Mayuri don't make sense either. Everything would be solved if I just told myself what I saw was a dream, an illusion. It never happened. But never say never. This leaves me with no choice. You know what? I feel like after the lecture, here is a good place to part with this episode. That was a very fucking strange way of phrasing it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this episode off here, mainly because I'm running out of time and I've got stuff to do, sadly. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode of Steins Gate. If you like the video in any capacity, give the video a like down below. Leave a comment on anything you feel like. I was gonna say you feel like I should know. I don't know what there is to comment because I'm trying to avoid spoilers, so yeah. I don't know how often the text thing's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure like doing it is the way I achieve my different endings. So yeah. Other than that, if you want to keep up to date with whenever I post new videos, you can subscribe to the channel. In theory, YouTube sends you alerts as to when I post videos, but we all know that doesn't happen anymore. God damn it, YouTube. Why are you like this? Anyway, thank you all for watching. I've been Nyx, and I will see you guys next time. Laters!